That's better than
as
good.
usual.
We'll be the judge of that.
Well, I didn't ask you, did I? Gary, you picked a really good song. A really good song. I really like that song, even though it's not happy and peppy. But it's no comparison, and even you were smart enough to realize that for a change.
Well, it's tough to beat the song by Billy Stewart, "Summertime."
Oh, and I've heard his version, but never that particular version.
I think he just raised the bar for all music. I mean, that's just performances. That is just amazing what he did there.
Yeah, I want to hear your version of it, Gary.
You want to hear my version?
Yeah, I want to hear you sing that.
We're going to pass on that today.
Yeah.
I didn't say I wanted to hear it today. I just said I wanted to hear it.
Well, let's go to the news.
Yeah. So, Gary, the dope isn't here today. He came down with something. So probably encephalitis of the pharyngitis or something like that. So I didn't know if you're still not interested in going to lunch.
Today is Wednesday, and today is Lynn and I have a standing appointment. So.
Okay, so that won't work. So anyway, thank you very much. Great song. I'm glad I voted for it, and I'm glad you're going to lose.
Yeah, not much competition here today, but
and you're big man enough to realize that.
Yeah, just had to go there, didn't you?
I absolutely did.
Yeah, okay.
You would have done the same thing if you had the choice. If you had the what am I trying to say?
Opportunity.
The option.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
You know what I'm big enough to do as well?
He did it too.
Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Good morning, do you remember, crew?
Morning, Moose.
Morning, Moose.
Good morning, Tim. Don't cut yourself down, Gary. Picked a good choice.
Well,
That's a good song. You played that a couple of weeks ago.
You know what? I was gonna do "You Never Walk Alone," which I've also played before by Elvis, and I didn't.
He didn't want Elvis to get buried.
I didn't want exactly right.
You didn't want Elvis to lose.
I didn't want Elvis to lose today.
What was your question about "Easy to Be Hard" before you played it?
Well, which came first, the musical version or the Three Dog Night version?
It came from the 1967 musical Hair.
Yes, well, I know that. I said that.
Yeah, and then Three Dog Night recorded it and released it 2 years later, Gary, in '69.
And they did a great job on it, but I truly do love the version from the lady singing it in
Lynn
Hair.
Kellogg.
Oh, she is just fantastic.
Lynn Kellogg, yeah. So the information that you were seeking, I think it satisfies your taste there, so to speak. Billy Stewart, good choice, Tim. Boy, that song is just, it's so powerful the way he delivers that.
Yeah.
And checking this guy out, what happened to Billy Stewart? I mean, well, you never heard of this guy, really, after that. Well, he actually had 4 top 40 songs.
He couldn't follow it. What is he going to follow that with?
Well, he had, I'm just trying to give you the history on him. And they all cracked the top 30, including Summertime, and went to the top 10. This guy died at the age of 32 years old.
Yeah, car accident.
In a car accident, correct. R&B artist, keyboardist, too.
Yep. His whole band was in the car. They were driving to a gig. Broad daylight, the car went off the road.
Wow. So you did your homework there, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. A powerful song. Always like that. I think you played the long version, actually.
No, I played the short version.
I didn't know there were 2 different versions, to be honest.
25,
might be.
There's like 30 seconds difference between the two, I think.
Oh, yeah? Because I don't recall that it seems like he improvised a little bit more in the version that you played. But nonetheless, I'm going to vote for Billy Stewart in Summertime. But as I said, Easy Be Hard's a good choice. Just two differently styles of songs, so to speak. But Anyway, I got some questions for you. Got Scribe's not there.
I got it.
Well,
But
Tim
I
is.
got a TV question here for you before you go to the break. Who am I? Starring a sitcom in the mid to late 80s. Also in several movies. Won a Golden Globe Award, an Emmy Award in prime time, and married to Paul Anka's daughter. Still married to her, 55 years old. He got a couple of children. Who am I referring to? Mid-80s sitcom at night. Mid to, should I say, late 80s, almost into the 90s. And he did a lot of TV appearances when he was a child. And he just faltered once he got into his 20s. And as I said, he's married to Paul Anka's daughter. So who am I? Who am I? And I got a geography question for you, Gary. Anybody marking this down?
Yeah.
Yep.
Try to. All these cities have something in common. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Lancaster, Princeton, Trenton, Washington, D.C., New York, and Annapolis all have something in common. Leave that out for the audience, and sorry I took you over to the break, but
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, going to a break. We'll be right back.
ON 1240.
Are you looking for solutions to meet your business banking needs? At Milford Federal, the longest-standing community bank in the area, they offer customized solutions for commercial lending, cash management, online banking, and payment processing services. Their business banking team is committed to the growth and success of your business with local decision-making and a relationship-based approach. Let Milford Federal be your banking partner. Visit them at milfordfederal.com today. Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 465956.
You've heard it before. The world is getting smaller. Places you had to travel to years ago now seem right next door. It's no surprise, then, that all the communities of the Blackstone Valley have so much in common these days that we share common interests. Keeping up with this trend, the Blackstone Valley's two daily newspapers, The Call and The Times, have joined forces to cover the entire valley in one convenient newspaper. The Blackstone Valley's Call and Times, a paper for the entire valley. At your local store, honor box, or home delivery, 767-8522.
Don't miss our month-long Black Friday sales event at Imperial Cars. We're loaded with over 2,000 new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus hundreds of certified pre-owned and Carfax one-owner vehicles, too. Take advantage of great finance rates, as low as 0%, and great lease offers, too. Plus, exclusively at Imperial Cars, make no payments until next year. That's right, no payments until next year. Click imperialcars.com or stop on by. Just look for the car in the sky.
All right, we are back, and let's get right to the calls. Good morning. To my speaking.
This is Sandy, Tim's wife.
Good morning, Sandra.
Hi.
What did I do wrong?
Sandy, at least I'm glad to hear from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hate to do this. It goes against everything I want to do, but I got to vote for Tim. Just had to.
Well, you are a unique wife, because usually when one of our wives calls, they feel obligated to vote for their husbands. But you are a woman of true character, and
She voted against him?
No, she voted for me.
Okay.
I voted for him.
She doesn't sound happy about it, does she?
no, she's not happy about it.
Not.
Pick
So-
up flowers.
But I don't blame you at all. I mean, if Steve picked that song, I'd even have to vote for him. So, and you think voting for Tim is hard? Well, you should try being in my shoes once in a while. But no, thank you very much. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I got to go because I got lots of chores I got to get done.
A woman's work is never done.
Done before he gets off his show.
Thank you, honey.
All right.
All right.
You have
Bye.
fun. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, lines are open at 401-766-1240.
So since we got a couple of seconds,
yeah,
I want to touch on a subject that Dougie called in yesterday about the weather vanes.
Yeah.
So I did a little history on that. And in fact, there were a couple of weather vanes stolen, not just in Woonsocket, but up and down the East Coast, which I guess
it was a big thing.
the locomotive weather vanes were the big thing. So it's not the whole top. There was one actually stolen in Barrington where they used a helicopter. They flew over Town Hall, hooked it up, and pulled it off. They have been selling in New Hampshire at an auction for $1.2 million apiece.
Wow.
$1.2 million
Yeah.
for these. They're solid brass.
How big are they?
I don't know, but it's a weather vane, so it has to be a decent size so you can see it from the road.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, Dougie was 100% correct. Not just in Woonsocket, but up and down the coast, especially Vermont, New Hampshire, areas like that, where they are known for a lot of barns that had weather vanes.
Probably the most famous weather vane in Massachusetts is the Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Do you know where that is?
It's
Don't tell. Don't say.
Okay.
Don't say.
I do know where it is. I think I know where it is. If you know where it is, 766-1240.
That's correct.
So the other thing that came up, now this has absolutely nothing to do with the weather vanes, but as Sandy was getting dressed the other day, she put on sock, shoe.
That's insane.
It's exactly what I said. It's sock, shoe, shoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know anybody else that has ever done sock, shoe. And I've known her a long time. We've been married a long time, and I've never noticed her do sock, shoe.
Next time she gets dressed, I want to be there.
So do I. So let us know. Is it sock, shoe, or sock, shoe? Again, 766-1240.
It could be worse. You could be doing shoe sock.
Yeah, well,
No, I'd seriously, I'd have to call a doctor if I saw my wife do it.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Because that's just abnormal behavior.
it's very strange behavior.
I'm sorry, Sandy, but it's just wrong.
She doesn't do it all the time, though. That's even the more concerning thing. It's only certain times. I mean, you have to have consistency when you put on your socks.
Well,
it's left foot first,
It's a
then
habit.
the right foot.
Whatever you do, you should be doing the same thing every day. That's just human nature. But
These people exist.
yeah, and they vote.
And they vote, right? Twice.
Yeah. Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Well, it's the other wife.
Uh-oh.
She felt prompted to come out of her NyQuil haze today to
Good morning, Lynn.
Well, good morning, all. How is everyone?
Oh, just peachy.
It's peachy. Good. How are you, Eddie?
Good. How are you?
Good. Well, kind of okay. Anyway, yeah, I have to go for Tim's song, and because you have to.
Wasn't it great? We have to get that in the house.
Yeah, that's good. And as far as the sock shoe thing goes, it's sock shoe.
Oh, God, Gary, are you telling me you didn't know this?
I only watch you get undressed.
So I don't understand what the big controversy is here.
Is this a man-woman thing?
I don't know.
Is this in a book somewhere that we should know about? I mean,
Marie. Eddie. How does Marie do it?
I never noticed. I don't want to know.
all right. We are appealing to all women out there
Have
to
Marie
call
give a
up
call.
and don't just tell us. Is this a thing? I mean,
you've been doing it wrong all these years?
Oh, I guess so. It's like the toilet paper thing, right? Does it roll against the wall or away from the wall? And,
well, that's simple. It's against the wall.
It's against the wall. We all know that.
Yeah.
I've known that since...
Anybody who
That's
has
my
it
shoes
the
and
other way
socks.
doesn't have a cat.
Actually, the patent came out for it, and they showed a picture, and it was rolling away from the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Right. I mean, cats can do it either way, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know where that came from.
Well, because if you put your paw on the roll and you pull down,
It won't come off.
it won't keep on coming down.
Right.
That's why.
Oh.
That's besides it just looks better. That's the rationale.
I'm gonna go put Blue up in one of the bathrooms. Say, go to it, babe. See which
Yeah,
one you can
see
do
what he
better.
does.
Now, I'm going to ask a
He
second.
would do it the wrong way just to piss me off because the cat hates
Yeah.
me.
But he loves Eddie.
Yeah,
He
loves
does love Eddie.
Well, let me ask you, do your socks have a left and a right mark on them?
No.
Okay. See,
magic marker.
no, the socks nowadays, believe it or not, come with an L and an R for a left and a right. Because everybody's foot is actually, you have 2 feet, but they're usually different. You know,
They're usually a little different. Well, I don't know. You can. I buy mostly Bombas, and I don't believe they do.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up. If they do, I never noticed it. It wasn't.
oh, you're not going to notice anyways because you're putting your shoe on it too soon. You're not going to have 2 socks on, and you're covering it up right away.
I think that's probably for special needs people.
Well, I would fit that.
I stopped wearing socks this year. So
All right, guys. Have a great
all right.
day.
Okay.
Goodbye, my love. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning. To who am I speaking?
How does Lynn do it?
The same way that Sandy does it.
So what?
Sock shoe, sock shoe.
So where am I going here?
Oh, Pollock.
Oh. That is all.
That is all. You had to get a Polish thing in. All right. Good morning. To who am I speaking?
Good morning, it's Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
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 Okay, between the two songs, I got to go with Three Dog Night.
Oh, I got to vote. I got to vote.
And has anybody wagered a guess on my trivia question yesterday who Peter John Seinfeld was?
No. You got to be a little bit more less obscure, Bobby. Your rabbit hole is not visited by anyone else that listens to this program.
Rabbits don't even go down that rabbit hole.
Rabbits don't even go down there.
Yeah, this guy is a very well-known musician, was. The British poet, singer, songwriter, best known as the co-founder and former lyricist of King Crimson.
I couldn't name a King Crimson song if you paid me.
Neither could I. And you were mentioning toilet paper and cats. My cat doesn't even, the toilet paper roll doesn't faze her. She couldn't be bothered. I have a little mini panther. However, when I first got her, because I lived in senior housing, in my bedroom and in my bathroom were these pull strings. The help I've fallen, I can't get up kind of strings. The
Yeah.
fire department shows up when those strings are pulled.
Oh, boy. So
The one in the bathroom is now sealed in a Ziploc bag and taped to the wall. The one in the bedroom is hiding behind a painting.
I explain that to the fire department.
Yeah.
They thought it was funny.
Yeah, I can see that happening because those are pretty sensitive.
Oh, yeah. So is the smoke detector.
Oh, that's true.
You burn toast in those apartments. The smoke detector goes off in the entire building, and the fire department shows up.
Yep,
It's
you
great fun.
got to put those
All
on a
right.
Ziploc bag too. When you're
I
cooking.
can't. They are hardwired. They are built into the structure.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that.
Today's trivia, I don't know if this was her last role or one of her last roles, but what was Lucille Ball's last role that was non-comedic? It was a polar opposite of what she was normally playing.
Okay.
It wasn't Mrs. Claus Meets the Martians, was it?
Say what?
Mrs. Claus Meets the Martians. That was yesterday's Dave's calling for the first time Mrs. Claus was in a movie. I'm just joking.
I almost called in with that. I thought, no, that can't be the answer.
Hey, was it yours, mine, and ours?
No. No, that was it.
Critics' Choice or something like that.
That was Rob Hope.
This was probably a made-for-TV movie,
Oh, okay.
and completely opposite of what she normally plays a madcap screwball
Right.
Right.
comedian. and don't know if anybody's going to get this. I love, like everybody else, I love Lucy, so it's and it's something that popped up in my feed the other day, and I thought, that's interesting.
Okay. All right. Hey, I got to go to a break. I'm getting late here. So thank you, Bobby.
All righty, bye-bye.
All right.
Broadcasting live and local, daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON, Woonsocket Radio, ON, AM, and FM.
The highest quality roast beef is served daily at the Beef Barn. Plus, they serve smoky and delicious pastrami, a Beef Barn favorite, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers with rich, delicious beef flavor, and so much more. You can view the entire Beef Barn menu by going online to thebeefbarn.com. You can even order for delivery from their website. The Beef Barn has 2 locations, 200 Industrial Drive, North Smithfield, and 160 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham. The Beef Barn.
Every once in a while, you meet a businessman that you just can't wait to do business with. Steve Peluso of Peluso Precision Automotive at 93 Blackstone Street in Mendon, Mass. is such a man. He specializes in mechanical repairs of vintage and classic cars. And if you don't have one, you'll want to have one just to share the experience with Steve. Maybe you had one in the past, never had a resource like Peluso Precision Automotive to keep it running and chase down parts for you, but now you do. Stop in and see Steve, and Steve will steer you in the right direction. Call Peluso Precision Automotive at 508-478-8900. That's 508-478-8900.
This ON, AM, and FM forecast brought to you by Chan's Fine Oriental Dining, 267 Main Street, Woonsocket. For takeouts, call 765-1900. One more day of sunshine today with a high of 57 degrees and light and variable winds. Tonight, a 30% chance of rain mainly after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy skies, overnight low of 39. Thursday, 100% chance of rain. Precipitation amounts up to 3/4 and 1 inch of rain are possible. Northeast wind up to 25 miles per hour and a high of 50 degrees with the rain Thursday. Thursday night, continued rain, 90% chance another 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of rain is possible. Friday, rain is 70% likely, mostly cloudy with a high near 48. Friday night, 80% chance of more rain with an overnight low of 35. Saturday, the sun returns, partial sunshine with a high of 49. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 51.
All right, we are back, and there we go. Good morning. To who am I speaking?
This is Wavy Davy.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know if you picked me up or the other line, so that's why there was that hesitation there. I'm going to vote for. I'm going to follow Bobby's vote for "Easy to Be Hard." I mean, that song that does knock your socks off, the summertime, and it was redone. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and try and hear the Zombies redo of it, because I think it was Eddie that said they did a great version.
Yeah, very haunting.
Of that song.
It's more haunting than anything. Yeah, it's great.
You know, and it's been redone by a lot of people. But of the 2 songs today, I'm going to vote for "Easy to Be Hard." Now, on the sock shoe issue, I mean, I don't think you got to think about it and put your socks on, then your shoes on. That came up on an All in the Family episode, okay, between Meathead and Archie. And guess what Meathead's way was?
Oh, it was sock shoe.
Take a guess.
Shoe sock.
Sock shoes. No.
Pork.
You know what? I forgot, but I do know that was an episode, and they talked about, like, what if there's a fire and you got to run out, and, at least you'll have your 2 socks on, and, you'll run out. And but I believe Meathead, and I'll call him what Archie called him, and him being a Polak, too, and you guys mentioned the wives there and both being Polish, his way was sock, shoe. His way. But you'll have to try to find it on YouTube, that clip. There's always these clips from All in the Family, and, I mean, that came up on the thing.
Yeah, Sandy is not Polish, by the way. So.
No, French-Canadian.
Oh, okay. But when Steve called in, what was he insinuating?
Oh, he knows my wife is Polish, so.
He knows your wife is.
And he never lets her forget it.
And Mike Stivic, he was Polish. Now with the toilet paper thing, I'm a big proponent of it comes to you or whatever, which is the bad way if you have a cat. And I don't think about, because I'm allergic and I don't have a cat, so my daughter does, but because it's coming toward you, the one who's reaching for it. Whenever I see rolls that have it going toward the wall, I say, what the heck? I just think it's stupid. I'm just opposed to it.
Well, I think hotels do it your way because they like to fold the corners in and make it look really pretty and everything, which you wouldn't be able to see.
Simply, it's coming toward you. You're the one who's using the paper. You go and reach for it and take it, and that's why, like you said, it makes it easier for a cat. If they push down on a thing, the paper's going to keep coming. But when they hit people that put their roll on and say they don't own a cat, and they're not thinking of that reason, why are they putting it that way?
It looks better. It looks better, and that's really the final word on this subject. It just looks better. You're wrong, and the hotels are wrong, and half of America is wrong, and
wrong half.
So, but thank you for your input.
Yeah, those two little topics. Okay.
Yes. The whole world is anxious to wait for the results of this poll. Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Good morning, folks. Dave from North Providence. How are you today?
Good morning, Dave.
How are you? I'm going to go with Summertime. I really like that version of it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Have you heard that version before?
Never had.
No.
You never
It's really
heard
great.
So have you seen the movie Stuck on You? 2003.
Who was in it?
Matt Damon, Greg Kinnear.
No, don't think I have.
It's Bobby and Peter Farrelly. If you get a chance, watch it. It's
okay.
It's really a really good movie. It didn't get the ratings that it deserved, but they finished the movie with that song, and you'll really enjoy it. Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. If it's a Farrelly Brothers movie, I'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, it's actually filmed out on the Cape.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
the Cape, and then they moved to Hollywood, and then they moved back to the Cape. And as I said, I believe the final scene is shot at the Stadium Theater. And if anybody knows that to be true, please call, let us know.
That's good to know. Cool. I think I have an answer for Bobby's question about the last role that Lucille Ball did. I think she played a homeless woman, and I think it was on a medical show. I want to say St. Elsewhere, but I'm not really sure. But it was definitely on like a hospital show.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, she played a homeless woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking for a feature movie. So.
Well, he did say it could have been a sitcom or a TV show.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I think it was. It was she played a homeless woman in some medical show.
Hey, I saw a movie last night, Dave, called Shadow on the Window.
Really?
1957, and I give movies on YouTube like 2 minutes to make an impression.
Yeah.
And then I just move on. So I watch like 2 minutes of 10 movies before I actually settle on one. But the reason why I settled on this one was because the opening scene shows this little boy that looked very familiar to me because it was Jerry Mathers.
Oh, wow.
And he doesn't speak in this movie except for maybe a couple lines. He witnesses a murder, and his mother is a stenographer. She goes on a call to an old man's house, and this old man just came into some money. He's being robbed as he looks in the window, and this guy is beating him on the head with a chair and kills him, and his mother's held hostage. But he's traumatized, so he can't speak, and until he's put under sodium pentothal, and then he actually talks a little bit. But he's featured a lot in this movie, but very few words. But it was just kind of interesting to see him in 1957.
Yeah, I keep my cable always on TCM because sometimes there are a lot of movies I wanted to see, but I haven't. The other one I watched recently was Birdman of Alcatraz, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was the other
Burt Lancaster.
Yeah, that was the other
Yeah,
one.
tremendous movie. That was on the other day.
Yeah.
But I sometimes do a lot of movies I haven't watched yet that I'd like to. But if I catch them on TCM, I'm usually just sucked right in.
See, I've seen all those, those feature movies, those A movies. It's the B movies I really get into these days.
Oh yeah, same here. I agree. But that's all I got today, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
All
Dave.
right, very good. Good morning. To my speaking.
Hey, guys, back at you.
Amos.
By the way, you guys be so confused with the sock and the shoe. I've decided to walk barefoot the entire day, so won't have to worry about the stocking shoe thing. The toilet paper. One interior decorator years ago said you always put your roll of toilet paper with the paper coming from the bottom because it matches or contours with the wall.
Exactly.
That's where I remember this a long time ago. Not that anybody's going to lose any sleep over it and say, oh, my God, what have I done? I put the toilet paper in the backwards. I mean, you know.
When I first married Lynn, and she, you know, we were obviously living together, she would put it the other way, and I would flip it around, and then she would go in there, and then she'd flip it around, and she did this for like a week, and she was just doing it just to show how stubborn I was, but really it just showed how stubborn she was.
Right. Because she's doing it wrong.
Yes, right. So.
Too stubborn. Oh boy, that's funny.
It's called passive-aggressive behavior.
Here. I'm talking about last things. I got a couple other things. By the way, any idea about all those cities that I mentioned? I have that in common.
No
have
idea.
something in common.
Anything to do with Dutch people?
No.
No.
It has something to do with history, right up until the present.
No. Got them written down. Can't think of
All
anything.
these cities at one time or another served as our nation's capital.
Well, I know New York did.
No,
Yeah, all the way back. We go all the way back.
Philly did. I didn't know Lancaster did.
No, I didn't either until this just kind of stumbled upon it. I was looking through the internet and I said, oh, it sounds interesting. Lancaster, Trenton, Princeton.
Oh, that
Some
was
of
the
them
other
were
one I
just
didn't
a day or two, Tim. 1 day or two. That was it.
Yeah, but still, that's interesting. I knew
interesting.
New York City was. Yeah, I thought Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Didn't that serve as
Amsterdam?
New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam? Sorry.
New Amsterdam.
Which was New
And,
York.
It's not listed.
Became New York.
Yeah, but that became New York. So I think. Right.
It just listed New York City.
Okay.
So do any of these have anything to do with when the Capitol was burnt down?
No, sir. No, sir. It just mentioned that at one time or another, all these cities were our nation's capital.
Okay.
So, the actor I'm looking for that starred in the sitcom at night, his elevator, so to speak, to stardom was in a sitcom called The Hogan Family. Anybody remember that sitcom?
No.
Sandy Duncan.
Oh, I remember that. Sure.
Played the mother
Yeah.
of this son, who went on to be a very successful actor. And
Oh, I know. Okay.
his name is Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
And he's the one who married Paul Anka's daughter. But I'll throw this out here. Talking about the last appearance by Lucille Ball, this is the last concert for this particular person at the age of 69. And the performer said, quote, I don't want people to come to the show and think I used to be great, end quote. Who could that performer be at the age of 69? And the Guinness Book of World Records, the Guinness Book, a hit singles book, in the early 2000s, named 5 songs as the most popular songs ever in the rock era. They had 5 songs.
What year?
They determined this, Gary, in 2002. But all these songs naturally were up until that date, and most of the songs actually two of the songs are in the 70s, one in the 60s, and one in the 80s. I wonder if you can name the top 5. So at random. So anyway, we got that, and maybe I'll get back to you at the end of the show. Thanks.
Very good.
Bye-bye.
Got to go to a break. Be right back.
ON 1240.
Time is always at a premium, but especially during the holiday season when everybody's rushing around with so much to do. That's one reason it's nice to shop here at home instead of heading out of town to go shopping, fighting traffic and winter road conditions. Here at home, you have more time to enjoy your shopping. You get more done. And besides, it's a good feeling knowing that instead of giving your business to strangers, you're helping to build a stronger local community. This holiday season, be good to yourself and your community and do your shopping right here at home.
One of our great hometown merchants is Inferno Audio, 160 Clinton Street, Woonsocket.
The annual St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center Christmas Party is going to be held on Saturday, December 7th, and tickets are just $25. All proceeds benefit the center. Enjoy an evening of food and plenty of holiday cheer. Tickets are available at Beatles Flowers, Creative Impressions, The Honey Shop, Pine Swamp Place, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, or call 401-486-9380. Visit the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website for more details.
This ONAM and FM weather forecast is sponsored by Inferno Audio for remote car starters and for copies of your car keys at prices far lower than the dealership. See Keith at Inferno Audio, 160 Clinton Street in Woonsocket. Visit infernoaudio.com. One more day of sunshine today with a high of 57 degrees and light and variable winds. Tonight, a 30% chance of rain, mainly after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy skies, overnight low of 39. Thursday, 100% chance of rain. Precipitation amounts up to 3/4 and 1 inch of rain are possible. Northeast wind up to 25 miles per hour and a high of 50 degrees with the rain Thursday. Thursday night, continued rain, 90% chance, another 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain is possible. Friday, rain is 70% likely, mostly cloudy with a high near 48. Friday night, 80% chance of more rain with an overnight low of 35. Saturday, the sun returns, partial sunshine with a high of 49. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 51.
All right, we're back, getting right to the calls. Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Hi, this is Marie.
Hi, Marie.
Good morning.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Gary.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. Good.
Good.
I'm voting for you, Gary.
Oh, boy, this is not going well.
I am surprised, but thank you, Marie.
No, I like that song.
Tim.
So do you want to know how I dress my socks and shoes?
We are dying to know.
I put my socks on first and then my shoes.
You're a normal person.
Normal, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't understand the sock shoes. I don't understand that.
It's crazy behavior.
Yeah, I guess. All right, I got to get back to work. I was just
All
trying
right.
to get through.
Thank you.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
All right.
I want to know how she takes them off now.
Yeah, well,
All right. Is it the same process in reverse?
I'm going to have to watch that, Gary. That's a
we need to
very
know.
good question. I would be shocked.
Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Good morning, it's Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
We have a correct answer. Dave called in.
Oh, the homeless lady?
He was a homeless lady. The name of the movie was The Stone Pillow.
Stone Pillow. Yes. Okay.
And I'll throw another wrench into the toilet paper debacle here. Of course, everyone knows I work for a garage and I deliver for them. And there's all guys there. We had one female sales clerk, and she decided that this wasn't the career for her, and she left. So the paper is either over or under, or sometimes they just set the roll on top of the dispenser.
Yeah. I think that's a typical guy thing, not to even put it on the holder. I do that at home.
And they probably don't waste a lot of time thinking about it.
No, they don't. And I'm the lucky guy that gets to clean the bathroom once a week, so it's great fun.
Oh.
So the wrench I want to throw into this is I grew up in southeastern Oklahoma, and we didn't have fancy toilet paper in our outhouse.
Yeah. I know. You just said it on the board next to you.
No, it was. We didn't have that store-bought stuff.
Oh.
We had yesterday's newspaper or last year's Sears Roebuck catalog.
Sears catalog.
All right.
So I wanted to throw that one out there.
With
but
that
that's
vision in
one
our
of the-
mind, we'll move on. All right. Thank you, Bobby.
Take care, guys.
Good morning. To my speaking.
Continuing on the same topic, I change the roll at home because my wife doesn't. She'll leave the thing on the spindle, but I change it. And if you do buy the printed paper, it is over towards you. Or if you put it the other way, you won't see the printing. But I agree with you that it's
Who the hell
What,
buys
what
print?
do you have printed on your toilet paper?
I don't, but they sell it.
Declaration of Independence.
Well, that's what Bobby had. He had printed new toilet paper.
Yeah, they sell it, and I agree that if you have cats, which I have cats, but they don't do it, you do it the wrong way because then they can't empty the roll out quickly. But my cats never did that, but I've seen it.
Printed toilet paper.
Okay.
I've never seen printed toilet paper.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you live in Rhode Island.
I know. You guys are way above us.
Yeah, I mean, you got to come to Massachusetts because
The land of printed toilet paper.
You need to put some of that in your restaurant.
We use sandpaper at McTee's because it's cheap.
80 grit probably.
Oh,
That'll
yeah.
really get it clean.
Hey, Bondo with that.
Well, anyway, thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome. Not that you said thank you, but oh boy. Okay, the lines are open at 401-766-1240 if you want to weigh in on this weighty subject.
We're
gonna do Eddie's show and tell. We've had so many calls we haven't had a chance to get to it. So, Eddie, you're on.
I'm going to do something a little different with the show and tell this week. I'm doing the females. The first one I'm going to show you is Marianne Faithfull. It's her first album, As Tears Go By, This Little Bird, and Come Stay With Me were the 3 singles that came off this on the London label. This little little bird was written by Loudermilk, and As Tears Go By, of course, everybody knows it's Jagger and Richards. And Come Stay With Me with Jackie DeShannon. Okay. The second girl, one of Gary's favorites. Lulu, To Serve With Love. She did some Beatles songs on here, Day Tripper, Best of Both Worlds. A few things on here, but nothing to love somebody. I guess it's a version of the Bee Gees song, but that was her first album. And lastly, Canadian pressing, Anne Murray on the Arc label from Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I would say she looks like she's maybe 16, 17 years old on this. Probably one of her first albums, Anne Murray. The only thing on here that I recognize is she does, where is it? Where did I see that? She does Both Sides Now. And that's the only song I recognize, but
Okay.
Anne Murray. That's it.
Well, you got another one here. What's that?
You want to show that one?
Sure.
This is an album that came up yesterday with me and Tim. We're talking about doo-wop songs, and he mentioned a Neil Young song, a Neil Young album that had doo-wop on it. I said, I think I have that album, and I dug it up. Neil Young, and he does Cry, Cry, Cry. Was it Betty Got a Brand New Pair of Shoes?
Yeah, Betty Got a New Pair of Shoes. But I was shocked that you had this album because
I was shocked I had it.
Because nobody knew about this album. It was, he did this. It was kind of under the radar. And
when you mentioned it yesterday, I said, I think I got that album.
Yeah, and it's a really good album, to be honest. If you like doo-wop.
Doo-wop, yeah. Neil Young.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing those in. And good morning. To my speaking.
Good morning, guys. Dave, North Providence again. How are you?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, I have a theory about the socks, shoes,
Here we go.
Concept. On YouTube, I have to run across a video of Lily St. Cyr, and she was putting on stockings, but it was stocking first, shoe then, other stocking, then shoe. So I was just wondering something that was ingrained with women when they used to have to wear stockings.
Well, That's interesting. How old is that video?
Probably from like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they taught that in school, but if they did, that's a valid point.
Yeah. That's what I thought about that. And did Moose get a question? Answer for his question about the 80s star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he did get that. Okay. But that's all I got. So I just figured I'd throw that in there. And as far as the toilet paper, I prefer the bangs versus the mullet. So paper up front.
The mullet.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye-bye.
So I think we have to watch The Graduate and see how Mrs. Robinson is putting on or taking off her stockings.
Haven't watched that one for years.
Nothing sexier than a woman's stockings.
Yeah, I agree.
Going on or taking off, either one. Okay, well.
Busy day.
Yeah.
I can't believe that subject, really kind of took off here today. Tomorrow, stay tuned for more riveting disclosures about, we'll do shoelace tying, double knot or single.
Oh, it depends on the length of the laces.
We can't wait to see,
Right-handed or left-handed? Left-handed people are the only ones that tie it right. Believe it or not.
Oh, there are many things I have noticed my wife does, and I say, "Why are you doing it that way? It's wrong." And she says, "I've always done it that way." So you've always done it wrong.
She's left-handed?
She is not right. She is right-handed.
Right-handed.
Yeah. But she, like I said, she likes to do the sock, shoe. Now I'm going to have to see how she takes them off. I know she takes off shoe.
She's going to be paranoid.
Because I've seen her in just her
She's
socks.
going to be paranoid now when she does it.
Yeah.
She's going to hide.
I know she's listening right now, and she already just sent me a picture of the toilet paper being hung the wrong way. So, and I know that's not how we do it at home, but she had to send it.
Tim won.
All right, if this becomes a real issue in your home, do what we do at home. We have those little towers where you just, have a whole stack of, toilet paper rolls, and there is no controversy in that. So
Tim won 5-3.
5-3.
I did better than I thought.
You did.
I did better than I thought.
Those are the people that are putting on sock shoe.
That is a wonderful, wonderful song. I got to figure out how to get it in my truck. My wife knows how to do that stuff, but I don't. So, all right. Well, with that, we're going to say goodbye, and we will be back tomorrow with a full house, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Depending on who shows up, we could have 4 or 5 people here tomorrow. Louise comes in on Thursdays once in a while. Dale will be here tomorrow. And Lee may or may not be here, depending on how he's feeling. But Eddie, you're going to be here?
Yeah.
Tim will be here, and I will be here. And we'll have another interesting, riveting day. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
WOON Woonsocket. This ON AM and FM weather